All right, we're now joined by the University of Alabama head coach with student athletes. We'll start with an open statement from coach and then take questions from student athletes.
I think Tennessee played great today. Ricky and Jewel played really well. They were a handful for us, and we never really found a solution with those two today. And then we didn't rebound the ball like we did in Tuscaloosa. So I think on a day like today, a lot of times you come in here and you talk about what you don't do, but I think you give credit to Tennessee today. But I want to say, too, that I don't want it to take away from what these kids have accomplished in the SEC regular season and the 23 wins, and we're excited. We'll be able to, there's a lot of competitors and a lot of teary eyes in there right now, but at the end of the day, I'll look forward to Selection Sunday with this group because I'm really proud of who they've been all year long.
All right, now we take questions for student athletes.
Can you guys talk a little bit about how you leave today and build a mindset for, the rest of March?
Yeah, win or lose, I'm always going to give credit to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And when I say that, I mean he always gives us an opportunity. He always gives us another day. And we're just going to go in with it with faith because at the end of the day, the whole year has been about, staying together, having faith, trusting each other. And you never know what God has in store for you. And so you always look to that and look to him in these times and understand that, you want to do your best in whatever you can. But at the end of the day, it sucks to lose, but I am grateful for the opportunities to have a God that loves me no matter what. And I know that's what everybody on this team thinks. And so you hold your head high, you move on, you learn from your mistakes, and you understand that you get to go play in the NCAA tournament. That was one of our goals this year. Another goal was to get to be the top 4 team in the league. We did that. Now you don't settle with that, and that's what we did today, and we understand that. And so I think it's just putting this behind us, understanding that Tennessee had a great game, understanding that we're a great basketball team when we show up. Today we did not, unfortunately. You just got to go in, trust the coaches, because you don't question the coaches in a time like today. You don't question your team in a time like today because you understand that you're going to lose games. So you keep pushing forward, and I know that I have Coach Kirsty's back. I know she's got my back, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Aaliyah, anything to add about, bringing your mindset out of this?
I agree with what Essay said. I think we just have to stay connected between all of our losses. We've stayed connected. I think we just have to keep trusting in each other and don't let this loss separate us. Just keep trusting in what the coaches have, trusting ourselves, and just continue to work and be ready for the NCAA tournament.
Sarah, you talked about settling and not settling, but today maybe there was. Do you feel like the mindset was lacking going in, or where do you think there was?
No, I don't think the mindset was lacking at all. I just think that our goal was to get to the next day, and we didn't do that, and so that's what I meant by when I said settling. And I just think that, you just got to keep pushing. It's March, and that's all you can do, and you just got to trust in each other because we got here a certain way, and we're not going to finish if we go backwards. So we're going to go forwards and just move on with it.
I think what she means, we didn't work as hard as we have in the past to get to this point that we are right now. We didn't play our best basketball today.
All right.
Can I have another? Sarah, you talked preseason at SC Media Day about how you weren't thinking about accolades. You just wanted to have fun. You wanted to do your best. And you get a first-team All-SEC nod. Is it something about playing to have fun that gets you this success? Where is that connection?
I think I matured from my past 3 years, and I'll accept that. I'll accept that at times I wasn't coachable. At times I lacked being, holding my head down on failure, and I accepted failure. And so I think that as a player you have to grow. You have to understand where you want to be, and I took accountability of that. I had, conversations with my position coach, Coach Kristy, stuff like that, what could help me. And a lot of people are like, what'd you do in the offseason? You did all this skill. It was a mind thing. It was a mental thing. It was all about just how can I stay locked in? How can my emotions be out of it? And that's what I changed this year. And at the end of the day, yes, I will always give credit to the Lord for first team SEC, but that wasn't something that I was just headhunting. I was headhunting to win basketball games because when I came to Alabama, a lot of people said, you're not going to win basketball games. And I want to look them in the face and be like, you're wrong. And I agree with it. They are wrong because Alabama is going to continue to win, and Alabama is going to show people that we are Alabama and we're moving on and we're on the rise. It doesn't matter about what happened today. Of course it does because you don't want to lose, but that's my mindset is just playing hard because everything else will fall into play, and that's what I did this year. But I also have coaches that support me, teammates that support me, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be first team All-SEC. And so, like I said, it's not me because I'm nothing without God, and that's all I have to say.
All right. That's all the questions. Student athletes. We'll let student athletes go back to the locker room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll now take questions for the head coach.
Coach, similar question to the athletes. How do you come out of today and, refresh the mindset for NCAA tournament, and especially also knowing, a similar situation of last year?
Yeah, I mean, positive, make sure that we understand that what we have control over is, being the best version of ourselves tomorrow. I mean, have the best possible day we can. And I think the mindset with this program is that, when we've had a tough loss this year, this team has responded, and they've not allowed that to, accumulate. And I really feel good about the people in the locker room and everyone around the program that we learn and grow and we get better, and we'll be better for today.
It seems like it's folks are emotional in the locker room. What was the conversation post game?
Yeah, I think with this team, I don't think people understand. We returned 5 kids, 2 starters. 61% of our scoring was lost, 71% of our rebounding, 59% of our assists. So every day with this team has been just a learning opportunity. We've had 5 kids that have played in an SEC tournament. And, when you look at what this team has done, considering that, it's not great coaching, it's great people in that locker room. So credit these kids. And I just think, I'm not sure Tennessee has a freshman, and I think the experience factor today, we looked a little bit like, wow. And I don't know how you prepare for that other than you got to go through it to get to it. And what we've been through and how we've handled when we go through adversity, we've responded all year. So I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of these 2. They're amazing. And we'll respond from today and get ready for Selection Sunday.
Speaking of Tennessee, sorry, I've got a couple here.
Sure, that's okay. Thanks for covering women's basketball.
Of course. Jewel Spear, can you speak to her a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, she was 1 for 9 in Tuscaloosa. I probably felt like deep down that wasn't going to happen again, but I felt like we needed to limit her opportunities. But I thought she got a lot in transition. I don't think we ever really got the ball stopped and loaded ball side. And we didn't do a really good job today of making sure that we got to the touch. So credit Jewel. She had a much better day today. And then I thought Rakia was completely different from yesterday, which I think everyone thought she probably would be. We just allowed too many catches. But I thought, we pressed up on her and she just went up over us. What you saw today is a top 3 WNBA draft pick. So credit her. Both of those 2 really showed up today in a big way and had a big day. And so were we that poor defensively, or were they really that good today? So I think you have to credit those kids, and, we're not going to get negative about our kids. Our kids have done a really good job all year. We didn't have a very good day at the right time to be able to counter offensively.
Last one here. I asked Coach Harper this, but I'm interested in the day 2 and 3 of the SEC tournament. You have these discrepancies between teams who have already played one game and then folks like yourself who this is your first game. What's your philosophy on being fresh versus, already having a game under your belt?
Oh, I'll never turn down the opportunity to finish in the top 4 and have a double bye in this league, because that's your body of work. Mm-hmm. I think it's so important to understand the opportunity. There are going to be some really teams that do some really special things for 3 days. I'm most proud of our body of work. And I will never, ever say that, having an advantage of playing the first day or not the first day. I will say this, like I said earlier, I think experience in this environment from past really does matter. So at the end of the day, we'll never turn down, and I'm so proud of what Alabama is and what we're becoming.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank y'all.